Hey guys, welcome to back today, bringing our video, and today we're looking at the VSS Vintorez here in Arena Breakout Infinite. Show you guys a little bit of gameplay as well as some builds for the weapon. So you can see it is a designated marksman rifle here in the game. You can see right now I just have it in single fire with pretty good ammo. And then you also have the ability to go full auto here too, which is devastating at these engagements. So this particular build I have, we'll go over some other ones, get into some facts about the weapon in real life and the gameplay. So this one that I'm running right now, look at this is one of the free weapons you can get from the builds or the kits in the game with some of those bundles. So again, just a VSS with it comes with a 30 round mag. Typically you got a grip, you have a rail, and the EOTech with the flip sight. So we'll go ahead, let's look in the shooting range, or we'll look at the gun bench for this. So it is a marksman rifle, you can see here with the SVDS and the M110. So we go to it here, and you can see VSS Vintorez 850 rounds per minute, which is, compared to the real life, is around 900 rounds per minute. So it's a little bit off, but that's fine. So here's the base weapon right here with the I believe it's a 10 round magazine here. Which is typically how you would see it because it is a designated marksman rifle firing 9x39mm subsonic rounds. So let's go ahead and look at some different builds here that I have. First off, the base VSS. Here's another VSS that's modified. So we have this VSS with a standard handguard. I think it's a B3 enhanced, which has a 2-rail system on it. There's another one with no rails. You have the typical wooden buttstock here, 20-round magazine, and the PSO optic, which is going to fit on that dovetail mount there on the left-hand side of the rifle. You can see the charging handle here on the right-hand side, as well as the select fire, magazine ejection, or safety, magazine ejection, select fire here in the trigger guard. So that's the VSS. Now, looking at a more modernized version, the VSS M for modernized, you can see the differences here. We have a tri-Picatinny rail above the handguard, which is fitted on the integral suppressor, which it does have an integral suppressor in real life. Same as the AS Val. They're essentially the same gun, just differences being the buttstock. Now here you have a more modernized buttstock for the VSS, hence the VSS M with the buttstock, and you have the Picatinny railed attachments here on the suppressor, as well as we have a different dust cover with a pick rail here, and we have the Russian thermal optic. So that's just more of a VSS M. Again, you can fit pretty much whatever you wanted on there. You don't even need that pick rail dust cover. You can run the old dust cover with the dovetail mount if you wanted. Some other ones here, we looked at that one. So the VSS 2, this is another nice modernized-esque version here. Pretty nice. And then you have a third option here, which is really similar to what you would get with the kits that you'll see me running here in the gameplay. Just I obviously swapped out for the more modernized buttstock, and I put a RK, I believe it's an RK2. Oh, they don't call it that in game, but this is a Zenico RK1, I want to say it is. Front grip, we have a laser sight there. We have the Picatinny rail dust cover and the modernized buttstock. So that's the VSS M. Really quick, we'll since that's pretty similar to what I did, let me go ahead and select this one. We'll complete assembly, bring that into the shooting range. Yep. So we have our one that we already looked at. And here's the more old school VSS, right? This is more of a classic VSS Vintorez. Make sure we're in single fire here. We're running, I think we're running 7.9 N1 ammo. Now, the rounds are going to go really slow because it is subsonic. So you can see just the time that it's impacting versus me pulling the shot actually leaving the barrel. So let's try that again and just listen to the... Right? That's a pretty long travel time. So you can see it travels pretty slow. Put it in full auto here. Not the most accurate with that particular build, and then you already saw this build. More of a modernized version here, but again, just crushes at close ranges. Really cool weapon, big fan of it. Jump into some of the gameplay here. I'll just show you a couple different, we had some really good kills with this weapon on a couple different raids. It is a lot of fun to use. Now, the VSS is a Russian weapon from the Soviet Union, developed in 1981. It was put into production, I believe it was 85. Now, the AS Val and the VSS were developed pretty much in tandem. I believe it was the AS Val, which was put into production first, and then the VSS Vintorez followed. Now, the AS Val is more of a special purpose assault rifle, but they are the same weapon. The only difference being that fixed buttstock, and typically the VSS, depending, would fire different ammo for more long range power. But again, it's a 9x39, both of them firing subsonic rounds, so they all are compatible with the same ammo and the same magazines. It is the same weapon. Now, it was put into service in 1987 for both of these. The designer was Kalashnikov. It was designed in the early 80s, manufactured from Tula Arms Plant in the Soviet Union or Russia. It was produced from 87 through present. You still see these and the AS Vals in use in the Ukrainian-Russo war currently. Now, the mass of the weapon, when it is empty, is going to be 2.6 kilograms or 5.73 pounds. The length of the weapon is going to be, with that fixed wooden buttstock, is going to be 35.2 inches or 894 millimeters, with a barrel length of 200 millimeters or 7.9 inches. Now, that's obviously including that is the integral suppressor with the barrel. It does have an integral suppressor. You have to use the suppressor on this in real life, as opposed to the SR3 and the SR3M, which has a detachable version of the suppressor. Cartridge is going to be that 9x39 millimeter, and the 9x39 millimeter is a big boy round. It is a big, beefy round, and these obviously being subsonic, they travel slow, but they hit hard, and they're made to penetrate armor. So the action is a gas-operated, closed, rotating bolt. Rate of fire in real life is 900 rounds per minute versus in-game is 850. The muzzle velocity is going to be, in real life, 280 to 295 meters per second, with a feed system taking the 10, 20, or the 30-round mags. In game, you also have a 50-round magazine available, which I am not sure if that's actually produced or not. That would be a quad stack 9x39 magazine, I believe. And then the sights you obviously have, depending on what you're running, you have the dovetail mounts for optics, and you obviously have iron sights on this as well, up on the front of the suppressor, or the barrel, suppressor barrel, the very front, and you have a typical AK type sighting at the back end of the barrel or suppressor as well. You have the dovetail mount, and then obviously with the more modernized version, you can swap out that dust cover with a Picatinny railed dust cover also. So let me know your thoughts down below about this weapon. It is a lot of fun to use. Again, firing that 9x39 millimeter. The noise suppression is low. It's very quiet because it is subsonic. Again, the only downside is the rounds do travel pretty slow, but you can get some very good recoil on this. I prefer to use it in closer quarters like Valley Fog, Farm, things like that, and you can always tap fire at ranges if you need to. So let me know what you guys think of this weapon, the VSS Vintorez, VSS Vintorez. Ton of fun here in Arena Breakout Infinite. Maybe they'll give us a AS Val buttstock to use, but again, this really kind of reminds me of the builds that used to be meta in Tarkov that I would use a lot, which kept that wooden buttstock, just run an EOTech on there and a front grip with a laser optic or option on the pick rail on the suppressor. Was a lot of fun to use. So let me know your thoughts down below. Really good engagements here. Had some really good raids. A lot of fun to use this thing. I think this, right now at least, is my favorite weapon in Arena Breakout Infinite just because I'm using it so much. But let me know your thoughts down below. Till next time, this is Buffner Gaming, out. Couple dead bodies here. Some look like a lot of dead bodies, actually. I don't see anybody. Was that just a cab? I don't know. Okay. I think I hear someone outside.
There's a player right there on the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
No one outside. Kill the player on the stairs. Loading. The stairs we were on originally, we came down.
Okay.
I gotta pop a painkiller.